Hello, my name is Martin Horan. I did a piece on video a little while ago where I talked about good and bad managers that I had in my career, and about how they were very similar in lots of ways, except the effect that they had on people. They were the same gender, education, nationality. They worked for the same organization. They reported to the same manager. They had the same staff, but their impact on me and on my colleagues was diametrically different. And I asked the question, what does it depend on? Whether you are a good or bad manager, whether you are a good or bad leader. And my answer to that was, it depends on you. A friend of mine tackled me on this issue and said, yeah, that's all very well, Martin, but how can you explain or justify the fact that so many bad managers and bad leaders tend to get rewarded within organizations and sometimes get promoted to very senior levels? And they said, let me take an example, a very relevant example these days from their perspective, and that is Mr. Trump. And they said, surely that, Martin, is an example of a leader that you would not put in the great category or in the to be copied category. And yet they have been very successful in terms of where they've gotten to. And they're right. I wouldn't suggest that we aspire to the sort of behavior that we have seen from President Trump. I'm not trying to be political here necessarily. I want to talk to you as leaders and potential leaders and what we should look to, learn from and try to copy. And if we think about the sort of things that President Trump has done, the things that he has said, the behaviors he has demonstrated, his communication style, how he treats people, whether that's a person in the media, whether that's a political adversary, whether it's some of his own staff, I can't see that as being something that you would like somebody to do to you if they were your manager or your leader, or if they were your father. Can you imagine that you would have deep down respect for that individual? I certainly can't. Why do organizations and electorates reward that type of behavior? Well, for a variety of reasons, and we could go into all of the background on that. But that doesn't justify it. That doesn't suggest that we should aim for that in order to get the promotion, or that we should aim for that in order to get the bonus, or to make the sale, or to get elected. I think if you think about it in terms of your legacy as a person, as a leader, as a politician, and you think about over the long term, what is going to be remembered of you, I think you will agree with me that it's not something that we should be looking to copy. Leaving aside all of that, how on earth would you sleep at night if you behaved in that sort of manner towards other people? People who are less powerful than you, people who report to you, people who you have to negotiate with and communicate with. And I think that point about how would you feel if your father treated you in that way is something that really hits home. A journalist here in Ireland wrote an article during the summer that I thought was very interesting, where he talked about how the world sees America. And he talked about the fact that America might be loved or loathed in equal measure, might be feared or respected down through the years, depending on the circumstance. He said, but never before has it been a situation where America has been pitied. And certainly that's how I feel about America currently. But also I feel a sense of embarrassment for the American people, but also for us as a human race, that we have allowed a situation to develop where this man has been put into this position. And some people are saying he's going to be re-elected. Although here's my prediction, that won't happen. Let's see. So bottom line, leaders, in my opinion, should treat people with respect, should have integrity, should communicate in a way that shows a level of sincerity, gravitas and respect for themselves as well as for the other people. And that's what we should be aiming to achieve, in addition to having good values and a vision and an overall understanding of themselves and a self-awareness and an awareness of what is acceptable in society. So thus comes the end, the latest sermon from me. But But it's actually not about politics. It's about leadership, and it's about what we should aspire to. I hope you found it of interest. More importantly, I hope it is something that will be of value. And best of luck with all of that.